What is double counting? So double counting is the greatest problem we face in the estimation of national income. So what is double counting? Double counting simply means the problem of counting of a good or service more than once. When we count a good or a service more than one time. एक चीज अगर तैयार हुई, if we produce a good and we have to include it in the national income, but we include it a number of times. That is the problem of double counting. So estimating the value of a good or service more than once. You write down double counting is a greatest problem faced in the estimation of national income of a country. In the estimation of national income of a country. What is it? It's the problem of double counting. It's the problem of estimating. Double counting is the problem of estimating the value of a good, or service more than once. Now, estimating the value of a good or service more than once. Thus, counting the value of a good more than once is called double counting. Thus, counting the value of a good or service, counting the value of a good or service more than once, in the national income or in the GDP is called double counting. It's called a double counting. Double counting, what are its effects? It leads to overestimation. It leads to overestimation of the value of a good or service produced. And thus leads to overestimation of national income. So it has two effects. First, a good value of a good is overestimated. Its value is included again and again in the national income. And second, when the value of a good is again and again included in the national income, included more than once in national income of a country, it overestimates. What is the real picture of the real value of the national income? That is overestimated. So it overestimates the national income of a country. Its main effect is it overestimates the national income of a country. Thus, counting the value of a commodity or a good more than once is called a double counting, which leads to overestimation of national income. Now, how to now the question is how to avoid this double counting. Next question is how to avoid. First is what is double counting, then the next is how to avoid the double counting. ये किस तरह हम avoid कर सकते हैं? How to avoid national in this double counting? How to avoid double counting? किस तरह हम double counting avoid कर सकते हैं? When we are estimating the national income, किस तरह हम avoid कर सकते हैं? Double counting can be avoided through two methods. Double counting can be avoided through two methods. We have two methods to avoid the double count. It can be avoided through two methods. First is final output method. Final output method. The first method is, so according to this method, only the value of final goods and services should be included in national income. Should be included in national income. We should include only the value of final goods and services in the national income. We should not include the value of intermediate goods. Intermediate goods. We should not include the value of intermediate goods in the estimation of national income. In the estimation of national income. So this is the first way to avoid the national income. So intermediate goods are not to be considered. We know that in terms of their end use, final goods are those goods which have crossed the production boundary, line of production, and which are ready for final users. So when consumers buy final goods, that is final consumption. That is, they buy for the final consumption. So only final expenditure should be included in national income. In this way, we can avoid the national income. Number second is value-added method. Second method to avoid the double counting is value-added method. So this is the method. Value-added, we know value-added is difference between value of output and value of intermediate goods. Value of intermediate goods. So by using value-added method in the estimation of national income, we can avoid the double counting. By using value-added method, in the estimation of national income. By using value-added method in the estimation of national income, which excludes the value of intermediate consumption, which excludes the value of intermediate consumption, we can avoid double counting. double counting. So these are the two methods available for us to avoid the double counting. So value added method is the second method, which is difference between value of output and value of intermediate consumption or intermediate goods. Sum total of value added. We know that sum total of value added by all producing units within the domestic territory is equal to domestic product. So focusing or using only value addition, we can avoid the double counting. So these are the two methods through which we can avoid the
person you are.
So don't use side talks. Concentrate on your topic. So these are two methods how to avoid double counting. Only final value of goods and services, only final goods should be included in national income. The value of intermediate goods should not be included in national income. The second is value added method. Okay. अब हमारा है, हमने वैल्यू एडेड मेथड पढ़ा है, तो उसके कुछ प्रिकॉशंस हैं. व्हाट आर द प्रिकॉशंस ऑफ दिस वैल्यू एडेड मेथड? ठीक है, तो 1 मिनट के लिए मैं मीटिंग एंड करूंगा, फिर मैं फिर से ज्वाइन करूंगा. समझ आता है मैं क्या बताता हूं आपको? हेलो,
यस सर.
हाँ, फिर आप ज्वाइन करना 1 मिनट के बाद.